Now I am going to discuss about the prepared statement. Prepared statement is a system in PHP in order to use connecting the PHP with MySQL. And you know that I already used the PDO, but with PDO there is a prepared statement process and I will use that. Actually prepared an SQL query with empty value. You see that here is how it works. It prepare an SQL query with empty values as a placeholder with either a question mark or variable name. And if you use a variable name, then you will have to use a colon in front of it. So preceding is to is value. I will show you that, no problem, and then you will understand. Then I will bind values or variables to that placeholders and they execute query simultaneously. Okay, so it actually works this way. What is the advantage of the prepared statement? It actually has the strong security against the SQL injection attack. It also increases the performance through the caching of query plans. Also it has the enhanced readability and maintainability of code because it looks very clean, and it support for parameterized inputs. So what are parameterized inputs? I will show you everything. So let's start. You see that here is an example. So a prepared statement can be used with PDO in two ways. As I prefer to use the PDO, so I will use the prepared statement with only the PDO. So here you see that the name parameter example is this and unnamed parameter example is this. You know, in the last video I inserted the data into the database, so I can do that in another way. For example, I use this, that is this way. You can easily do that. You see that here is a query that is prepare. You see that I call here a prepare function. So from the PDO, the object I called, so the object will prepare my SQL. Okay, it will not execute it in that place. Okay, it will just prepare it. So I will call it like this, insert into students, then similarly like before. And here you see I am not going to send the data here directly. Okay, first I am going to prepare it. This is a placeholder value. You see that first name, you can give any name here, first name, last name, then email equal to email and phone equal to phone. Then I will have to call the bind param function, and each placeholder that I wrote here, I will call that placeholder here and I will give the real value. For example, a person name is Sabbir, first name, last name is Ahmed, and here is for example like this, and phone is for example like this. Okay, so these must match of it. For example, the first name, you must have to give a name here for that. The last name is the table column name and you must have to give a placeholder here. But remember that this placeholder and bind param placeholder must match here. Okay, but you can give any name in the case of placeholder, and the value here will be inserted into this field of the database table. So if I now run this query, what will happen? The data will be inserted. Now this is actually called the prepared statement. Now I am going to show you that. I am going to my database. Here you see that I have entry 1 to 5. Now I am going to run it. The bind param cannot pass by reference here, thrown an exception. I am going to check it again. The bind param, first name, last name, email, phone. So here I call it. Here you can do another thing, that is, now I am going to check in that database. There is first name, last name, email and phone, total 4 columns. Here I can do one thing. For example, I am going to put a variable here. first name equal to like this, last name will be like this, and both two variables are here. For example, email, and here is phone. Okay, so email is here, and these are phone. So phone value, for example, this one. Now I will use it. Okay, now let's try to do that. Refresh. Yes, it is success. Now I am going to check it in my MySQL table. You see that the last one, the 6 ID, has been inserted. So this is one way, but I do not prefer this way because it seems a big code for me. I alternately use another one. You see that here is unnamed parameters. Both system you can use because both system are secured. So as you are using the prepare, so both system are secured method. Okay, so you can use the bind param, or you can use the unnamed parameter. For example, I am going to show you. Instead of this, what you can do, you can insert values like this. That is the question mark. You see that the connection prepare insert into students, same thing, first name, last name, email, phone, and only 4 placeholder means here I put the question marks as the value parameter here. Okay, and this question mark I am going to execute like this statement execute, and then I will give an array format. So you can put the array, or you can put the array symbol here. So into the array I will pass those values from here straight. For example, I am going to give here like this the person email, and for example this is his phone number. So only these 2 lines can insert the data into the database. So let's try it. Refresh. You see that success. Now if I refresh, you will see that the number 7 is here. So in this way you can easily insert the data into the MySQL table using the prepared statement method, and this method is very secured, and it is mainly secured against the SQL injection attack.